Hi, I'm Christina Fletcher from Spiritually Aware Parenting, and I wanted to talk to you about something a little bit different than I usually do today. As well as being a parenting coach, I'm also a homeschool mom, and I have 3 kids, which you may know, and we've been homeschooling for, well, since the very beginning, so I guess about 7 years, something. No, more than that, 9 years. 9 years. And we have gone through a range of curriculums. We've gone through so many different approaches and techniques, and each of my children all learn completely different, and we have covered the gamut of available curriculums. And over the years, my middle daughter especially, she has wanted something that brought out her creativity. She's very hands-on. She's into beautiful things. She loves to create, and she hated traditional workbook scenarios. So many a time she would be head in the book, couldn't stand it. What was she going to do? She now is officially in grade 8. And we were hunting around looking for what was suitable for her to do this year. Well, long story short, it is currently my time to sit and do my homeschooling breakdowns that I do every summer for our local school board. And we go through exactly what worked and what didn't. And I kind of was going through this and I was like, no, I have to tell everybody how this went. Because what we ended up doing for her this year was we ended up getting in touch with Oak Meadow. And Oak Meadow is it's inspired by Waldorf philosophies, and yet they have developed this beautiful curriculum. And she has just come to life. Her whole concept of schoolwork has changed, and I just find it so exciting that I really had to share with all of you today how Oak Meadow has really brought homeschooling to being a passionate journey rather than a struggle for her, because it was a struggle, and I know that a lot of parents find this struggle and they just want to bring learning to life for their kids, and this is what Oak Meadow has done for us. So what we did was we ended up actually going with the grade 7 curriculum for her, simply because although she was going officially into grade 8, honestly, we looked at the grade 7 curriculum and it just seemed so exciting. Even I was like, oh my God, I want to learn about this stuff, so let's get this one. So we got the grade 7, and it was a bit of a shift for her to get into the run of how it works. We made sure that we weekly set up exactly what she was going to do, and she had a schedule. And what was great is they even set up in the English workbook, they even set up a system weekly schedule so you can write in exactly what you're looking at. So they actually already encourage you to take it independently about how you're studying and how you're working through the material, which really suited her. But she also knew that she needed that schedule. She doesn't like just being, well, read for a little bit. She likes to have it a little bit more set in space. So she fills out the schedule. We went, when we started, to that I would sit down with her and do it, and now she's doing it every Friday instead of Monday. So she comes in and says it's already done every week. So these are the little shifts that have happened that just I find so exciting that I really wanted to share with you. So I just wanted to kind of just give a quick rundown of why we chose the grade 7 and the different things that she's learning, which you can't imagine most grade 7s learning about. In the world history section that she has just embraced, she turned to me the other day and she's like, oh my God, I love world history. Okay, this is the girl who hated schoolwork, and we had to call it something else for years because it was a trigger word for her. So she has gone from learning about English monarchs, and she did a stop motion that she showed Henry VIII, that she showed her knowledge about the Tudors that she had learned in here. The next lesson was about the Mongol Empire, and then she did the Far East. She has covered the Age of Enlightenment and Reason. And then they did a whole week on just classical music. She was sitting there and listening to different composers, and she was picking out which ones she liked, and she was relaying their life stories. Then it jumped to the French Revolution, and then it was covering all the way to Industrial Revolution. And when I first looked at it, I kind of thought, how on earth are they going to jump in all these different directions in a matter of weeks? But they did actually manage to make it a seamless journey and then relate back so that you could see this beautiful coming together of how the world ticks and functions. She has learned such an incredible amount in a short period of time. And she is only, like, we started a little late because in this material we didn't start until just a little after New Year. So she is actually still only halfway through because it's a year curriculum. And she is just learning and learning all these different things every week. It's something new. And I don't know about with your children if you homeschool, but I know that with mine, often in more of a traditional curriculum sense, they would get bored really quick because they're used to focusing on a topic and letting it run and maybe doing supplementary reading or something. And then they would find that traditionally the topics were going on for weeks, and they would end up saying, Mom, can we get a different curriculum? And it seems like Oak Meadow understands that, so they just keep it moving, and yet they bring it together. So you end up with this beautiful worldview of understanding how we've come as a people. And this grade 7 has just blown my mind with what it covers and how it's encompassing how people grow and expand and move. And it links in so beautifully with my work as a spiritually aware parent coach, because really evolution and how we expand and grow is all part of what I do too. The other thing is that with the full curriculum, you also get all of the novels and different books that supplement what's here. So she was reading biographies of Amelia Earhart. She had we've done Helen Keller. She has read some beautiful novels, which she would actually sit and read a lot faster than what was actually scheduled, because she said, well, Oak Meadow always picks such fantastic books that I just want to read them. So I know I sound like a sales pitch, and I don't mean to. I just wanted to let you know and let you see my face of how much relief I get when I look at my daughter's year this year, that I can sit and write this report with relief rather than piecing together some scattered pieces of curriculum. She has expanded in this grade 7 curriculum in this beautiful, beautiful, seamless way where she feels confident in her knowledge. She's also doing the math, and there's math, there's science, and there's the English. And she's been focusing mostly on the world history just because she's finding it so exciting. So she is not as ahead in the other ones, but I might at some point actually throw in a video of them when she's actually gone back to those sections, because she's dove in one section and then she moves to a different one. And that's another thing that's so great, is that you can actually find the freedom of that rhythm. And, we will avoid the fact that, she hates math. But what's interesting too is that she did turn to me and say that she finally understands math. So it's come together for her, and I'm so excited about that. And I hope that we'll be keeping with Oak Meadow all the way through to grade 12, because this is taking a girl who rebelled against schoolwork and because of that, against learning. And now with this grade 7, her mind is just opened up to all of the world. And it is so exciting to see. She even is watching old comedy movies now, because that was a topic for the Great Depression, that she reviews some of the different old silent films and Buster Keaton and all of these. And she kind of muttered, wow, I thought I was funny, but these are fantastic. I could never get her to expose herself to these type of materials. It's not the kind of thing that happens nowadays, but to be able to bring these amazing cultural references into her life, I just find incredibly exciting. And I'm looking forward to sharing the work with my son as well as he grows, and I look forward to seeing what she's going to learn next. So So I wanted to share with you, and if you are at all interested and you want to ask me a question, just drop a question over to me, either in comments here or you can email me. Also subscribe to the channel below, and I would love to hear from you. And if you're interested in Oak Meadow, by all means, visit them at oakmeadow.com. All right, thanks. Bye now.